Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our wellness webinar, where we'll be diving into the fascinating worlds of mindfulness and meditations, emotional and mental health, energy healing practices, conscious living and sustainability, and spiritual awakening and personal growth. That was quite a mouthful, I know. But don't worry. We'll break it down so that into you can digest it in bite-sized pieces. Think of it as a wellness buffet. You can sample a bit of everything and then go back for seconds on your favorites. We have some great speakers lined up, and this is going to be a magical experience for everyone. Let's start off with a little story. Picture this. A few years ago, I was juggling work, family, and trying to have some type of social life. I felt like I was a circus performer, except I was really, really terrible at juggling. One day, I stumbled upon a mindfulness class, and I thought, why the heck not? At the very least, I might get a good nap out of it. But what I found was so much more. It was like discovering a secret superpower, the ability to find calm amongst chaos. And that's what we're here to explore today. First up, we're going to delve into mindfulness and meditations with Lucas. Now, Lucas has been a guiding light on zodiac psychics since 2020, but his journey as a spiritual guide began long before that. With a lifetime of dedication to honing his God given talents, Lucas has developed a profound ability to help you explore and understand the energies you possess. His compassionate and insightful approach provides clarity and empowerment, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with confidence and with grace. Whether you're seeking guidance on love, career, or personal growth, Lucas is here to illuminate your path and help you discover the powerful energies within you. Imagine your mind is like a browser with 20 tabs open and you can't figure out where the music is coming from. Mindfulness helps you close those tabs and focus on the present moment. It's like hitting the refresh button for your brain. So let Lucas take you on this journey of exploring your inner thoughts and how to take those thoughts to feelings and actions. Then we'll talk about emotional and mental health. This involves understanding and managing your emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviors to maintain a balanced and fulfilling life. It's about recognizing when you need support and taking proactive steps to nurture your well being, much like tending to a garden to ensure that it grows. Aeson Knight has been a trusted presence on Zodiac Psychics since 2015, and he is far from the average mental health guru. Aeson is a clairvoyant with a deep compassion for his craft. His unique blend of insightful and empathy stems from a lifetime of personal and professional experiences. He's truly walked the walk and talked the talk. His extraordinary abilities to provide profound guidance and support, helping you navigate life's complexities with clarity and with confidence. Whether you're facing emotional challenges or seeking spiritual growth, Aeson Knight is here to illuminate your path with wisdom and understanding. Think of this as a spring cleaning for your mind. Just like we declutter our homes, we need to declutter our brains, our thoughts, our emotions. And trust me, It's a lot easier than finding a matching pair of socks in the laundry. We move on then to energy healing practices. Tamz is a soul seeker who has been on a cosmic journey with zodiac psychics since 2018, and she's recently joined Fortunica in 2024. She is a guiding light for others towards healing and balance. She specializes in Reiki and chakra cleansings. Tam uses her intuitive abilities to channel healing energy and restore harmony within your body and your mind. Her Reiki sessions are like a gentle yet powerful wave of energy that washes away the stress and the negativity, leaving you feeling rejuvenated and at peace. Through her chakra cleansings, Tamz helps you align and balance your energy centers, promoting overall well being and spiritual growth. With her compassionate and insightful approach, Tam is dedicated to helping you unlock your inner potential and embrace a life of vibrant energy and clarity. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this where we start waving crystals around? Well, maybe just a little, but it's also about understanding the energy that flows through us and how we can harness it for healing and balance. It's like tuning into a radio station. You just need to find the right frequency. We then will be discussing conscious living and sustainability with our speaker, Smita Roy. Smita Roy has been a guiding force on Fortunica since 2020, bringing her expertise as a life coach and a parapsychologist to help clients navigate their journeys with a deep understanding of conscious living and sustainability. Smita leads you through transformative processes that promote harmony with yourself and the environment. Her compassionate and insightful approach empowers you to make mindful choices, fostering a balanced and sustainable lifestyle. Whether you're seeking personal growth or a deeper connection with the world around you, Smita Roy is here to guide you every step of the way. It's about making choices that are good for you and the planet. Imagine if every time you made a decision, you asked yourself, is this good for me? Is this good for the earth? It's like being a superhero, saving the world one small action at a time. Finally, we will discuss spiritual awakening and personal growth with the collective. The collective advisors have a wealth of experience, including intuitive talents and compassionate approaches to make them trusted guides for those seeking clarity and balance. The collective work together to assist with spiritual awakening and personal growth, helping you to unlock your true potential and navigate your spiritual journeys with confidence, whether through tarot readings, energy healing, or personalized guidance. The collective is committed to empowering clients to achieve profound transformation and enlightenment. This isn't about climbing a mountain to find enlightenment, although if that's your thing, go for it. It's about discovering your true self and growing into the best version of you. Think of it as upgrading your software, version 2.0 of yourself. So buckle up and get ready for an enlightening journey. Remember, this is a safe space to learn, share, and grow. Feel free to ask questions, leave a comment, share your experiences, and most importantly, have fun. Let's embark on this journey together. And who knows, by the end of it, you might just discover your own secret power.
You have connected with Lucas, who's working on Zodiac Psychics, and Fortunica. I want us to talk about mindfulness and meditation. The meaning of mindfulness is it is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. And also the meditation is it is a broad practice that often involves specific techniques to focus the mind and achieve a state of calm and clarity. Those are the definitions of mindfulness and meditation. So this is the most important topic that we need to involve in our daily lives, because you can't live your life based on the physical. You must also involve the spirituality. And a way to involve the spirituality, you must understand this topic of mindfulness and meditation. On this mindfulness and meditation, there are benefits. It reduces the stress, and also it improves your focus and concentration, and also it helps you to manage your emotions, and it enhances your self-awareness, and you can expect a better sleep, and it improves your compassion and empathy. So you can see already that when it comes to the stress, it will actually be managed. It will actually be managed as you connect with the spirituality. And I believe that most of you have noticed that it is not easy sometimes to manage the stress because of what you might be going through. But when you involve this topic of mindfulness and meditation, you will actually have the right direction on how to be in the right alignment, because having a stress, it means there is a problem in the spirituality, which means when you are disturbed in the spirituality and you are not able to tap in the spirituality, that is when now, some people, they have the kind of stress where they feel like there's nothing they can do and there's no one who can assist them. But I want to assure you that you can help yourself. For sure, if you are not able to help yourself, you can always connect with me on Zodiac Psychics or Fortunica. But now, I want you people to be conscious of what we are actually talking about, because it will help you to help yourself. Okay, thank you. And when we look at this also, there are techniques that are expected. Like one of the techniques is breath awareness. Breath awareness. Also, that part is so much important. And body scan, mindful seeing, acceptance of thoughts, and mountain meditation. Those 4 techniques that I've just given to you, they can assist you to connect with your angels, because around you there are angels. You need to be sure about this, because some people, they are doubting to a point where they can say, Lucas, where are these angels? Because we can't see them. So the angels are there, and they can only be seen by those who are in the spirituality. And according to how the universe have brought us in this world, we are all supposed to be spiritual people, because that is where we come. Our future, our destiny, whatever we are looking for, it is determined from the spirit. So if you want to be part of the deciding group in the spirituality, then it is time for you to connect with your angels through this lesson that I'm giving to you. Because as you continue to learn in this topic, you will notice that in your life, it might be in the marriage, it might be in your career, your relationship, you might be looking for your soulmate. For you to connect with one, you must first connect with them in the spirituality. When you have found your soulmate in the spirituality, it is always easy for you to physically connect with him or her. Most of the people, I have seen most of the people, they would come to me and say, I know that my soulmate is who and who, or I think is who, and I don't know how to connect with my soulmate. A way to connect with your soulmate, you need to enter in the spirituality, connect with the angels. The angels, they will be the ones to assist you, and you can actually do that in your meditation. You can actually do that in your meditation. Without that, there's nothing you can do. Most of the people, they are hoping to become rich. Some people, they are hoping for their businesses to work. And some people, they are hoping for so many things. Whatever you are hoping for, it becomes impossible when you are not a spiritual person. Some people, they don't understand the spirituality to a point where they think our life, it is only around the physical. If you can look at our life, you will see that, let me give you the example. Some spiritual people, they are able to put spells and negative energies to other people. And look at this. When they do something like this, in most cases, they do it to people whom they don't even know. They've never seen. They just, let's say, for example, I might be in one country and I have to do a spiritual work to someone who's in another country. How is that possible for me to do something like that and work? It is like this. In the spirituality, there is no barriers. It is always easy. Anything is possible. We are able to, we are able to travel from one place to another in like a second. Moving from US to Canada in like a second. Moving from US to UK in like a second. All these things are possible in the spirituality. Spiritual people are able to travel spiritually and arrive to some areas which they don't even know themselves. Because everything, it is controlled by the spirituality. What you see on the physical, also in the spirituality is there, because that is where it started. We have to understand this. When we understand this, it will be easy for us to grow in our lives. And we will actually know how to manage our lives. And also will know that connecting and maintaining your spiritual life, it is important. It is a way to go. It is a way to happiness. It is a way to peace. I want to guide you on how to do the meditation. Some people, they think to meditate is not easy. To meditate, it's hard. So I want you to know that meditating is not complicated, because the first thing you need to understand about meditation is it will actually help you. And when you meditate, you need to be in a quiet space where it is important for everyone to always have their own space. You can meditate while driving. You can meditate when you are in the office. You can meditate, you can meditate anywhere. You just need a quiet space. And another thing also, when you meditate, you need to know that it's more like you connect with the spirituality. As you connect with the spirituality, most of the things that are disturbing your life daily, they will actually be removed. Only the positive will remain in your heart. So which means it is a time to connect with the spirituality and forget about the negative of this world. As you come back from the spirituality, what happens is you come back free without stress or any disturbance. Okay, so I want to show you how we meditate. Meditation to connect with the angels. Okay, so this is what I do whenever I want to connect with the angels. Even during the sessions, this is what I do. I would keep quiet. As I keep quiet and make sure that around me there is no disturbance, which means where I am, there must be a quietness. And I would take some time. It's more like a body scan. I would take some time. And then also, I will breathe. Then I would close my eyes. Thank you. But as I'm in this, as I close my eyes, so many things will come in my mind. What I must do is I must follow the first thing that comes, because that is the most important in the process of connecting with the angels. So anything that comes in your heart as you close your eyes to meditate, try to focus on it. Yes, in the beginning you will wonder. Your mind will be wondering what's happening, because the whole thing will be new to you. So, but over time you will start to understand how it works, and you will even start enjoying it to a point where you can spend hours in meditation. You can spend, you can spend like a day in meditation, because you forget about the physical and focus on the spirituality. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Hello, guys. Come on in, sit down, get comfortable. We're going to talk about this stuff. I bet you're tired, stressed out, you have anxiety off the charts, and you don't know why. Furthermore, you're running around feeling like you're overwhelmed, not enough time in the day, everyone else has got more time than you, and you're feeling like everything is going wrong. Sound familiar? Sound like everything that continually goes on around you? Figured it does. Let's fix that, shall we? All right, I'm Aeson Knight. I'm a life coach. I'm a psychic. I'm a tarot card reader. I'm an astrologer. And I'm also someone that likes to put practical strategies into fixing my clients' lives. You can find me on the platforms, whether it's Zodiac, Fortunica, you can find me there, and I'll be happy to answer your questions, help you break things down, and get into the real situations that you're going on through your life. So let's dig into this, and let's fix this low battery light going on you, this anxiety coming out of nowhere, and all this stress you're rocking yourself under, okay? So first off, what is stress? What is anxiety? Both of those are mechanisms that was left over from when we were hunters and gatherers and facing tigers and bears and lions. Oh my. Um, and now in this life, especially over this past 100 years, our life has changed drastically. We have modernized our life. We have begun fitting into schedules. We have begun fitting into different things. And part of that is also learning what's going on in our brain and how we can make those spiritual connections. All right, so let's break down your current morning that I suspect is going on. The alarm goes off, you reach over and you slap it. You hit that snooze button. Turn around and you slap it again. And then you drag yourself out of bed, drag yourself to the bathroom, get dressed in whatever you can grab to put on, drag yourself down to the coffee pot, and you go to reach for that coffee, and all of a sudden your hands are sweaty, your back is hurting, you've got a racing heartbeat, and you don't know, and there's no reason why. There's no tiger or bear there, and your brain is going, what is wrong with you? Why is she doing this? It's easy. You've got too much stress and anxiety. Your mind is all over the place. And everything in itself is bouncing around, and your natural biosystems are setting off alarms and are stuck in old tapes that no longer apply to your current life. So let's break this down and set it back in place, shall we? Sorry, my cat's trying to jump on my lap. She's going to do that. She likes to help out when we're teaching, so she can come over here and lay down. All right, so let's start off with what your brain is actually able to do. Your brain is designed to protect you from fires, floods, lions, bears, T-Rexes, you name it. Your brain has automatic systems to keep you breathing, healthy, and to keep you from putting yourself in danger, which is great. If you're hiking, if you're living outside, if you're dealing with lions, tigers, bears, and floods, it's not designed to deal with your modern life with all the modern stresses going on. But it gets stuck. And it gets stuck in rhythms and patterns, and alarm bells go off for no reason you can see. Your stress level goes up. Your body weight goes up, your health goes down, and you're all over the place. So let's back this up and let's figure out how to fix this for you, shall we? All right, first up is to understand that your brain can technically only remember 3 things at one time. Its stored memory is 3 things. It's having a lot more thoughts going on now. It's having thoughts about keeping your heartbeat running, keeping you breathing, getting oxygen to your system, your stomach's hungry, you're tired, your knee is upset, whatever. It's processing all this at the same time. And you're trying to remember that you have to be at work at 9 o'clock in the morning, you've got to pick up eggs, and you've got to drop the kids off at school. You add in one more thing, like you can't find your keys, and your brain starts dropping things because it can't remember them. It's like a computer that's overloaded with information, and the hard drive's bad. It's going to lose that information. So, to have a great morning, to build your life into the way you want it, it actually starts the night before. All right? Okay, so let's start the night before. This is what you're going to do. You're going to pick out the outfit you want to wear. You're going to lay it out. You're going to go to bed, and that means we're leaving the phone outside the bedroom. Set it to where if someone needs to reach you, they can. If it's your alarm, set it to where it's your alarm. But it's not going to be in the bedroom. It's not going to be near you. You're going to take a notebook, a simple notebook. Nothing fancy, like pick up one of those 80-cent notebooks that they're selling at the dollar store. And you're going to write out your day. Everything from the time you want to wake up to the time you want to go to bed. And what are you going to do? You're going to get up. We're going to get up an hour earlier than you're used to getting up. Yes, I know this may seem crazy, but an hour earlier, especially if you've got little kids, you've got a husband, whatever, you want up an hour earlier because you want that hour for you. Okay, so we're going to plan for that. We may go to bed a little earlier. We want to make sure that we're getting at least 6 to 8 hours rest. It's important for you. It's important to give your body the energy that it needs. All right, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to lay out everything we need. We're going to put our work stuff together at the door. We're going to do this for the kids also. We're going to preset the coffee pot so that we don't have to use our brain power, our creative energy to fix the coffee pot. We're going to set up our day of success. And then I want you to go to bed. Go to sleep. Quietly, comfortably, relaxedly. If you need to take some time to brain down, great. Read a book. Journal. Empty that brain before your day even starts. It's like emptying your email box. Get it all out. Then you're going to go to bed. Then you're going to get up. And when the alarm goes up, you're getting up. We're not hitting the snooze button. Snooze button is now off limits. If you have to, use Mel Robbins's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Go. All right, you get up, you wash your face, you go down, you grab your planner that you had, you grab your pen, and you grab your coffee. Sounds simple. You're going to sit there and you're going to take a page in that book and you're just going to write out whatever's on your mind. We're going to empty it out. We're going to empty out that mind. We're going to empty out that space so that you have a clear slate to begin with. There's no rapid thoughts moving around, no worries moving around because you've put them to paper. Okay? You're going to get your coffee. You're going to find a quiet spot. We're going to take about 3 minutes of this quiet time to just enjoy the peace, the quiet. We're going to use that to reflect. We're going to take some deep belly breaths. You know, those ones that make you look like you're 3 sizes big. You want to fill those lungs up. Ready? Let's go ahead and do that and try that, okay? Hold it. And then release. Do that about 3 times. This is the start of a simple meditational practice that you can build on. Then you're going to follow your morning routine. Now, with your morning routine, you're going to put in just 1 or 2 new habits at a time. Maybe you want to go take a walk. Maybe you want to go for a run. If you're up to running, go for it. Maybe you want to just journal and empty out and do what's called morning pages, which is the process of writing 3 long-handed pages in the morning, first thing. Maybe you just want to enjoy the peace and quiet for a few minutes and do some mindful thinking. And then want to look at that schedule you planned last night. Is there anything you need to change on it? Did you forget anything? And you're going to keep this planner with you throughout the day. And if something comes up that you don't need to do within 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're just going to write it down and leave it there. You'll handle it when you get to it. You go to make breakfast, you're out of eggs, you just pick up eggs. Okay? We want to keep our mind as focused on where we are in this moment as much as possible. Because in this moment is what matters. And that stops that anxiety, that stress building up because your brain isn't getting overworked by trying to juggle 40 post-it notes of all this stuff, by trying to, manage your breathing, your heartbeat, your heart rate, and also trying to send, it sends signals out and receives signals. And then we're going to take in some water. In your morning routine, you just want an 8-ounce glass. You can go for the big 32, but let's grab an 8-ounce glass of just fresh, clean water. This helps rush out the toxins, clear your mind, freshen yourself. Some people enjoy lemon in it. There's been some benefits of lemon in your water, but let's start with just plain water. And then have your coffee. And then start getting ready for your day. If you shower in the morning, great. Grab a shower, get dressed, whatever, and begin your day. Take care of your little tasks. And as you go along, like every 4 to 6 weeks, when something becomes natural and you no longer have to write it in your planner to do it, then you move on to the next thing you want to do. You could do some journaling. You could do some scripting. Scripting is a wonderful thing. It builds on manifestation if you're into manifestation. And this is where you're writing a journal entry from the future. What I mean by that, and this has to do with the reticular brain, and I'll explain that in a minute, is you're writing out a journal entry for what you want your life to look like in the future if you got everything you ever wanted. Dear Journal, today was wonderful. I took my promotion as CEO of the company, and they gave me a new car in red. And just go with it. Just fill out everything of your dreams into a notebook. Separate from your planner, separate from your journal. This is just a scripting book. What does this do? This actually feeds your reticular mind. If you ever gone and shopped for a car, and you chose a car, or maybe you're looking at a car that you're not used to seeing a lot of, let's say a red Honda. guess what happens? Your brain files that away in one of the files of, oh, they like red Hondas. So what do you start seeing everywhere? Red Hondas. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's one. So when you're scripting, that's what you're doing. Your brain is problem solving how to get you what you want. Oh, she wants a promotion. So they start looking for opportunities for you to take a promotion. It starts driving you into the path of getting to that point of what you want. So when we work with scripting, there is no limits. If you want the body you want the site the home you want, write about it in your scripting area. Write about the relationship you want, how you want the other person to respond to you. And then let that reticular brain section of your brain, that's a lovely system that has been misworking and giving you anxiety and stress and all this other stuff because you've been thinking about the bills, the project due, this, that, and another. And it keeps looking and giving you more information and setting off those panic sensors. Put it in a direction to working for you. So what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your home to look like? What type of car do you want to drive? What type of job do you want? How do you want that job to be? How do you want to feel in that life? And then once you're done, there is no limit. You can write 1 page or 50 pages. It's a lot to do in the morning because we're going to do this every morning. We're going to draw out that fantasy every morning in your life. I want you to take a few moments, not a lot, moments, a minute or two. Don't set a stopwatch. You'll know when you're done. And visualize yourself in that life. What's it feel like? What's it feel like to have Louis Vuitton shoes on? What's it feel like to get behind your new sports car? What's it feel like to be the CEO of a company? Once we're done that, and we're dressed, we're ready for the day, we're out doing what we're doing, we're going to continue journaling in what we need, making those notes, making those things, and acting on those that you planned the night before or the week before. Some people prefer to plan a very broad spectrum at the beginning of the month, then a little bit more granular at once a week, and then daily they will execute and add in and fill in things for that day. Okay? Let's talk about what has to be in your planner. What has to be in your daily plan. You gotta have 3 meals a day. No debate. No debate at all. I don't care what your doctor says your calorie count is. I don't care what you like eating. You need to be fueling your body at least 3 times a day. It would be better if we went with 5, but we'll start with 3. We're going to fuel it with whatever fuel you need it to be. Doesn't have to be this big, expensive meal. It can be a salad plate of food. It can be a sandwich. It can be a fresh piece of fruit. But just giving it enough fuel to be functional into the point that it needs to be. This allows your body to be able to process stuff. And we're going to make sure we do this about an hour after we wake up, before we head out the door, and at least 3 hours before we go to sleep. So when the body goes to sleep, it can be functioning on what it's supposed to be doing, which is repair work, processing of information, focusing and working out current situations. Okay? All right. So with that, that's what we're going to work on first, is diet and beginning our morning routine and beginning to take control of our day, not being in a reactive mode, which we'll talk about that too. Okay, so now we're going to discuss in this section where spirituality plays a part in this, because it plays a part in everything. You can add spirituality into anything you want, especially your morning routine when you're still in that creative space, that connective spiritual space from dream time. You can add meditation. You can do meditation. You can do yoga. And I don't care, yoga is one of those things that everyone can do. Are you going to be able to turn into a pretzel? No. Can you do some simple stretches to get that blood moving? To stretch those muscles that aren't so tight, to get rid of that natural reaction to the stressful days that you have had? Yes. You can reset that nervous system to not be sending out those signals. Meditation is quite easy. It's taking that little 3 deep breaths that we talked about in the morning routine and expanding on it, and just letting it all go away, focusing deeply on the center of your mind, like right here, and just allow the breaths to naturally occur, taking deeper breaths, because we don't breathe deep. We should, but we don't. Other spiritual activities you can add to your morning routine to really add that spiritual connection. If you're of the Christian or the Islamic or Hebrew faith, some scripture reading. No matter what faith you're in, you can add some prayer. You can add some inspirational reading. You can work on your vision of what you want your life to be. We have in us a great amount of creative power. And a lot of that is tied to our spiritual practices. Finding those spiritual practices to fit into your morning routine is highly important. It will aid in bringing more peace to you, more comfort to you, more space to you. You can see manifestation as a form of prayer. You can use your morning pages as a form of long prayer. You can see scripting that we just talked about a little bit ago. You can turn that into creating a letter to God. It's a thought and a process that probably was big in the 80s and then kind of fell off out of fashion because it takes a little bit. And our lives got a lot more high-paced in the 90s. Now you may notice that I've not talked about scrolling Instagram, scrolling Facebook, hopping on TikTok and watching TikToks in your morning. Because here's the way I see that on an energetical level. You're inviting all your Facebook friends, all the people you watch on TikTok, all of the people you follow on Instagram into your space. And if you're doing it in your bedroom, now come on, do you really want all those people's energies in your bedroom? Do you really want their views and their opinions and whatever into your bedroom? I also don't recommend within the first 2 hours of waking up that you deal with email, text messages, Facebook, Instagram, or news, because that's your power time. That's your time to program your mind to what you want, program your life to how you want it to be, and take that time for you. Get selfish. And I mean, get selfish with your time. You can't replace it. You're going to replace people, you can replace things. You cannot, however, replace your time. And you deserve this time. So add a spiritual practice into your morning routine. Doesn't have to be a big, difficult one. It can be a 5-minute, one scripture a day reading. It can be a 5-minute meditation or a 3-minute meditation. It can be a 10-minute walk in nature or just outside into your own yard. Or it can just be lighting a stick of incense and a candle and just focusing on the flame and watching how the flame dances for you as it's been doing this whole class. This allows you to reconnect with that inner soul, that inner self that gets disconnected when we're going through stress, when we're going through anxiety, when we got all this input of information occurring to us, both on an energetical level and an actual level together, and you get overwhelmed, and then you start building stress, and your body starts producing cortisol. And I'm sure you guys know what cortisol is, but we'll just cover it. It's a hormone that your body produces when it thinks it's in danger or it's getting ready to go through major stresses. And it just stores every bit of any energy it has and holds on to it because it doesn't know if it's going to go through a famine, have to run from a lion, tiger, or bear, or go through very difficult times, and it's reacting to everything. You have a heated conversation with your boss. You might as well just go pick up a brick and put it in your purse, because you're going to be carrying that around until you discharge that stress, till you take time to ground. You take time to go, you know what? These are the things I need to do. Their opinions isn't affecting me unless it applies to these things that I want in my life. And then finding that deeper spiritual connection. I don't care what title you put on it. If you call it universe, source, God, Jesus, Muhammad, the Morrigan, Hearn, the Buddha. Having that connection is a natural part of you. Even if it is the conscience. For atheist people, they are very spiritual. They see the practices that affects the body, but they may not get the understanding or may not be labeling it. So once you add that small step of spiritual connection into your morning routine, and you can do this when if you got to have a quick morning routine. Let's say your morning routine can be no more than 30 minutes. Great. You're in the shower, you're doing some meditation, you're focusing on just how the water feels on you. Maybe you take a 4-minute shower and you do a 4-minute meditation in the shower. Maybe you adopt a mantra. Now, a mantra is a set of words that you repeat. One of them I like is, I'm in control of every bit of my life. Do that while you're brushing your teeth. Do you know you're supposed to brush your teeth for 2 full minutes? If you have one of those electric toothbrushes, you're not supposed to turn it off. You're supposed to let it turn itself off. Repeat that mantra in your head while you're doing it. Everything is within my control. Money comes to me easily. Whatever that mantra is in your brain, feed it in there. I have all the love I want. Use that mantra, repeat that mantra while you're brushing your teeth. Not hard to do. Very easy to create. Very easy to continue. Okay? Again, your morning routine doesn't have to be difficult. But when you're running on low fuel light, and you haven't fed yourself, you ain't getting enough rest so that your brain and body can do repair work. When you're responding to stresses and anxiety, instead of going, hold up, that's not into my plan. And I always leave a blank space in my planner so that I can just write down anything that pops up during the day, like, needs a report, need to email this one, need to get eggs. Because again, your brain can remember 3 things. If you overload more than 3 things, it's going to drop something. Okay? So it may forget where you parked the car. It may forget that you haven't ate. Yeah, your body will forget that you don't eat. Because it's already in stress mode. It's already bioprogramming itself to not eat. And these are dangerous things. And they can cause major things. This is why we hear about people in their 40s having heart attacks. And it's always stress related. But every one of you are being told by your doctors, cut your stress. And this is why. Is our bodies are programmed for a time that we no longer live in. And it's finding places to attack itself. To it. Alright. So we got you ready for the day. Then I want you to go about your day. I want you to continue relying on your planner to be your memory bank. Relying on your planner to store things that you don't need to know right now. That isn't your principal focus. I want you to also manage that spiritual connection. If you pray, pray before your meals. If you just need to be mindful for a moment, take that meal time, that few moments while you're sitting down waiting for everything to get together. Be a little mindful. Pay attention to how the plate feels. Pay attention to how your coffee cup feels. And then when we get into those situations, when you've got that fear, you get this unknowingness of like, well, should I, shouldn't I? Stop that. We're going to go back into rocket principle. You're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do it. Make that call. Make that contact. Make that smile and that reach out. Send that text that says, hey, I just wanted to touch base with you. We're not guessing anymore. We're taking strong actions. We're taking actions like we should. We're not focusing on the things that we cannot do right now. Okay? We're focusing on what we can do in this moment. Unless you're paying bills, you shouldn't be worrying about the money. You should be seeing the money just pile into you. When you pay bills, you sit down and you pay bills. That's a whole different system. We're running around thinking, oh, I'm so poor, I'm so this. All you're doing is filling up space in your brain that you could be using for other things. Okay? All right, so we're going through our day. We're seeing our points of stress, our points of resistance, and we're overcoming those by, we're not storing the stress. We're not accepting that. We're going to go, nope, you're not going to put that onto me. Yes, you need a report. That isn't, I can do that report, and you look at your schedule. I've got a block at 2 o'clock. I can get that report done for you at 2, and you write it in your schedule. You're not trying to remember that you got to get Bethany a report. You're just writing it down and moving on to whatever you have blocked yourself into next. All right? So, you go to that, and then you go home. And when you get home, I want you to do a few things that are probably a little different. One, I want you to change your clothes. Change your clothes, change your mindset. We're going to get out of our work clothes. Now, if you work in a profession that this is probably normal for, like hospital workers, construction workers, mining, whatever, I'm quite sure you're used to coming home and change your clothes. But if you're in an office situation, a lot of times you don't think about getting out of that clothes, getting out of that uniform. The reason for that is it changes the mindset. And then that way we're not carrying the mental dirt, the energetical dirt into your home and affecting your home environment. If you work in a very stressful situation, you're not going home. We're not going home. We're going to the gym. We're going to the park. We're going to go take a walk. We're going to go do some physical activity. It would be great if everyone could do about 30 minutes of physical activity a day anyhow. So walk in the morning, during morning routine, before you come home, get some exercise in there. That's going to cause your body to release the things it's been storing, to decompress, so that you can come home into a better mood. And we're not going to reply, and we're going to act, we're not reacting. We're not chasing our own selves. We're not chasing that anxiety. We're not chasing that putting things off. We're dealing with them as we have to, but we're not jumping through hoops. This allows you to be very concise, very focused on what you want, what you wrote out that morning, what you wrote out the night before. All right, then we're going to do some gratitude practices here in a minute. Okay, so how does gratitude play into handling stress? When we are in a position of being able to see the good, I don't care what the good is. Maybe the good is you woke up. Maybe the good is that you got 5 minutes extra that you weren't counting on in your day that you could just spend on you. Maybe the good is that you had a great cup of coffee this morning. And that's the only good thing that happened to you. But science has found when we take count of 3 of those, just 3, we're just jotting 3 down in our journal or our planner, just 3 of them, 3 items, because remember, your brain can hold 3 things. Just jot down 3 of them, 3 things throughout your day that you find spiritually feeding, that you're actually really grateful for, and then you actually mean it. Meaning, are you grateful that your boss yelled at you for an hour and a half? No. So you're not grateful for that. Don't put that on your gratitude list. Are you grateful that you were stuck in traffic for an extra hour? No. So why are we writing that in our list, that you're grateful that your commute was unsuccessful? Don't be lying to yourself in this area. Don't be taking things that you're not grateful for, but you think you should be. Like a dinner that you really didn't care to eat, and write that you're grateful for it. That's never how gratitude was supposed to work. And I understand Sunface pushed this gratitude thing into be grateful for every little thing, even the things you don't want because they lead you. No, we're not doing that. That doesn't sell your brain. My day was shitty, but you know what? I had a great cup of coffee, and I'm so grateful for that cup of coffee. I'm so grateful that I came back to a home that I could shut the door and not have to put up with anything. Okay? So be real great. Only list your real gratitudes there. But make a positive gratitude statement at the end of your night, before you're setting up for your new day. And then I want you to take a moment and look at your day. Did you feel rushed this morning? If so, then maybe we need to adjust some things in the morning. Did you, maybe, certain things didn't work out so great that day in what you had planned, and you've got a lot of things that you had to replan. Go ahead and do that. Move those items of not today over to today if you can. And this is when things are in a resetting our system and getting ourselves into a normal situation. But let's be honest, this sounds like fantasy to a lot of us. This sounds like a lot of work to a lot of us. And there's a lot of situations when you are in major stressors. Maybe your company is going through layoffs. Maybe you and your mate is not getting along. Maybe you don't get that hour in the morning to yourself because your mate's already up and you're working an evening shift. Take that time for yourself. Take that time to process those stressors. Look at your support network. Look at how you're responding to these stressors. Are you carrying them around like that brick I told you to put in your backpack? Look at the stressor and ask if there's anything you can do about it. Okay, if you can't do anything about that stressor, then the only thing you can do is let it sit. But put it on paper so that you're not using that active memory for it. Okay, maybe you're stressed over money. So let's create an action plan about the things you can do today, the things you can do tomorrow, the things you can do next week to handle the money situation. And if it isn't anything that you can do right now, you can always turn that over to your higher power, whatever classification you want to do that in. Okay? Or just turn it over to Spirit and go, can't deal with it today. There's a famous saying, not today, Satan. And sometimes you have to have in your life a not today, Satan list. In my career, I've worked a lot. And people get amazed about the amount of work I do and go, don't you take time for yourself? How can you get all this done in a day? And the reason for it is I set my day up. My week is set up on Sunday. My day is set up the night before. And I take these small steps, like having my day pre-planned for me to have an hour in the morning for just me. I work night shifts, so my just me time is me in the den and everybody's gone. Or everybody knows that he's up, this is his time, leave him alone. And I do that, and I take that hour's time to journal, to work on what I want, and to look at my schedule and see what I'm facing, going, nope, don't feel like writing an article today. Let's move that to the not today Satan list. Do you feel like about, dealing with some clients? So let's, I can work a little extra here. And then I include something very important in my list. Well, two things very important in my list every day. In my daily list, there's always a 1 hour of activity. Now, that could be hiking, that could be walking in the nature, that could be just going to the gym, or that could be me just mindlessly journaling, and that's okay. That is my time. The other one is I find something fun to do for at least an hour a day. For me, that's sometimes quilting. Sometimes that's jewelry making. Sometimes that's just playing a video game. But it's something that I do not have resistance in doing, and I actually enjoy doing it. And that's the important part, because this is that selfish me, mine. And I protect those fiercely. Like, no, I'm not taking a meeting. Nope, that's my time. No, I'm not doing an interview. I don't care if you're the New York Times. If you want to schedule an interview at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to have to find another time. I also don't respond or touch my phone for the first hour I'm awake. I know. It's a totally different world. When I'm not inviting all these people, that why I love them and think they're fun and think they're lovely as friends and everything else. into my space until I've taken care of, fed myself. When we're on airplanes and they're going through the safety thing, they always tell you to put your oxygen mask on yourself. And that's what you need to do, is you've got to take that time in the morning, take that time in the evening, plan your life to take care of you first, your partner and your spouse and your children second, and then anything else third, fourth, fifth, or 27th, by what your gut tells you, by what your soul tells you. And if something's resistant, then most likely it's not right for you. Okay, so we have our action plan to take over the stress in our life. We understand what our reticular brain does, so we understand scripting. We've also took some time to plan some selfish time. That's yours, all yours. Nobody else's. If you want to co-interact and include other people in that me time, great. If you don't, then don't. And we've looked at when your life is on a different schedule. Maybe your biorhythm is a night person. You're going to have more stress out of a daytime if you're trying to force yourself into a shoe that doesn't fit you. Biorhythm is what you naturally sleep and wake to. Can you reset that? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. But, and this is the important but, you have to remember that your biorhythm is genetic. You may, 200 to 300 years ago, been the watchman, your family were watchmen, so they were up at night. You're making sure that you're getting enough rest no matter what your biorhythm is. You're taking care of yourself by fueling yourself. You don't try to drive a car on empty. Why are you doing it to yourself? We're fixing that. Okay? And then I want you to take inventory of what you want in your life and what it isn't there. And I want you to do this about once a month. And then include it in your scripting about what you want to see changes. And the other part is we're doing the blast off method. Anytime we've got to do something and we do not want to do it, or we've got anxiety over doing it, we're going to take control of it. We're going to jerk it back into our focus. We're going to take ourselves out of autopilot. I'm going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to do that. Maybe it's making a phone call. Maybe it's getting out of bed. Maybe it's pushing just a little harder for something you really want, but without taxing yourself. Okay? Without allowing your stress and anxiety to lock into autopilot and just run from it. You're just going to go, nope. You're pulling that car over and you're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm calling this person. 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. I'm sending this email to them. 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. I'm making that video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm leaving that comment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm telling my boss I'm getting a raise. No questions asked. There's no doubt in your mind when you get to 1. You blast off. You do not, under any circumstances, not move. You don't let your body go back into autopilot, which a lot of people of us are doing. Because it's what our systems are designed to do to protect us. And those warning systems aren't needed anymore. Okay? Alright guys, I hope you found this helpful. I hope that you apply some of this. And again, just a simple notebook can be your biggest tool. Okay? If you want to, you can get more complicated planners, pre-printed planners. You can go all over the bounds with all this. But to start out, just do a notebook. And take control of your life. Remove the stress. And turn that anxiety into a passion for you. Alright guys, have a great day. I'll be around if you need me.
Hi, beautiful souls. My name is Tamz, and welcome to this session on energy healing practices, where we are going to be exploring Reiki, chakra balancing, and crystal healing. As an energy healer and advisor on Fortunica and Zodiac Psychics, I'm so honored to be able to share in this sacred space with you all. In today's session, we're going to be focusing on harnessing the universal life force energy for healing and transformation. Universal life force energy is the energy that flows through all living beings. It's what connects us to the universe, to each other, and to our beloved Mother Earth. Now, this life force energy is known by different names in different cultures. For example, prana in Hinduism, ki spelled Qi in Chinese medicine, and ki spelled Ki in Japanese Reiki. It is a subtle, invisible energy that permeates everything, and when channeled and directed with pure intention, can be used for healing and transformation. When we tap into this beautiful energy, we are able to facilitate physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Now, all energy healing practices aim to restore balance within our spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical bodies, remove blockages, and enhance overall well-being. There are many techniques and practices that work with this energy, practices like Reiki, pranic healing, to name but a few. Now, this healing leads to transformation and personal growth. By aligning our energy centers or our chakras and removing energetic blockages or obstacles, we not only heal, but we evolve at deeper personal and spiritual levels. Now, this transformation may well include shifts in perception, clearer insight and understanding, enhanced intuition, and expanded consciousness. Now, how this energy healing works is through channeled intention, visualization, touch, or breath work. The practitioner will connect with the energy, but it's really important to understand the practitioner is only the channel or the conduit, and then directs the energy to the recipient. The recipient absorbs this energy, allowing it to flow where it is most needed. Now, because life force energy is within and around us, it's not bound or restricted by time or space. And this is also how distant healing is possible. Our body's innate wisdom directs the energy for the healing and the transformation. So, what are some of the benefits? On the physical level, it offers pain relief, recovery from injury, improved immune function. On an emotional level, it can help to reduce stress and anxiety. It really is so beneficial for emotional release. And on a spiritual level, it brings about heightened awareness, deeper connection with your higher self, and it helps you to connect to your purpose, to really connect to your purpose. Energy healing is experiential, but if you allow yourself to experience it fully, the benefits are absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's look at the 3 practices that we're going to be focusing on today. And the first one of these is Reiki. Sorry, guys. Okay, so just on that note, guys, it's really important to keep yourself hydrated when we're working with energy. Even now, we are connecting, our energies are connecting on this webinar. So it is really important to keep yourself hydrated when working with energy. So as I said, the first of these practices is Reiki, and Reiki is the ancient art of laying on of hands. Okay, in order to heal, the use of touch to convey warmth, serenity, love, caring, and healing through the channeling of the life force energy. Now, the word Reiki is broken down into 2 parts, Rei and Ki. Ki, as we mentioned, is the life force energy, and Rei refers to the universal transcendental spirit, the essence, or the power that exists in the universe. Now, with hands-on Reiki, the practitioner's hands are placed in various Reiki positions and gently rested with no pressure. The Ki, or the life force energy that creates the healing, flows through the practitioner's chakras, down the middle of the palms, and through to the tips of the fingers. The practitioner must have intent to heal. The Ki, or the energy, does whatever else is needed as the energy has an intelligence that is way beyond our understanding, and it will go where it is most needed. It's so important to understand that the energy is not given from the practitioner, but from source or from spirit. Okay. So with distance healing, the practitioner sends the universal healing energy by thought and intent. Now, we mentioned just now, because life force energy is not limited by time or by space or by distance, it's channeled through to the person who needs it. Very often, this distant healing is accompanied by the use of 3 Reiki symbols: Hao Shao Zei Shao Nen, Sei Hei Ki, and Choku Rei. However, it's really important to note that these symbols can only be used by qualified practitioners who have received all of their attunements. This doesn't mean to say, guys, that you can't do self-healing with Reiki. You can, because it can be used for self-healing, even if you have not had any training, so long as you focus the energy with pure intention. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate the first 5 positions that can be used for self-healing. Guys, if you want to explore more of the positions, if you want to explore more of Reiki and how to use it or how you can benefit from it, please do get in touch with me on Fortunica or Zodiac Psychics, and I can take you through all of this. Okay, but for the first 5 positions, the first thing that's really important to remember, always center yourself. Doesn't matter what energy practice you're doing. Center, bring yourself into center, focus on your breath, take a nice deep breath in through your nose, hold it for the count of 3, and exhale gently out through your mouth. Okay, wonderful way to just bring yourself into center at any time. Okay, if you do work with angels and your spirit guides, call them in and ask them to aid and assist with this healing. Archangel Raphael, beautiful archangel of healing. His color is green, so you can always visualize a beautiful green light as well flowing through together with the energy healing. So once you've centered yourself, sorry guys, the first position, or position 1, is you place both palms over your eyes. Okay, again, remember, gently resting, no pressure, and you just hold that position for as long as feels comfortable. When you feel you're done, you then move on to the next position. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what your body is telling you. Okay. The next position is you place your hands over your ears with your fingertips at the top of your, just slightly touching at the top of your head. Position 3, you place your hands at the back of your head, covering the base of your skull. So like that. Position 4, you place one hand over the back of your head and the other over your forehead. And position 5, you place both hands over your heart chakra with fingers pointing towards each other. Okay, so those are the first 5 positions, guys. There are more. There's for the entire body. And like I said, if you do want to explore this further, get in touch with me on Fortunica or Zodiac Psychics. Okay. So now let us move on to chakra healing and balancing. Okay, so what are the chakras? Chakra is a Sanskrit word for wheel, and they are identified in the body as whirling vortices of energy. The chakras absorb, transform, and transmit energy into the central nervous system, the endocrine glands, and the blood, which nourishes our bodies. One of the functions of the chakras is conveying life force energy to the nucleus of every cell within the body. Okay, now there are about 360 chakras in the body, which is way too many for us to go through in one session. So for the purpose of today's session, we're going to focus on the 7 major chakras. The chakras process energies, including our conscious and our subconscious experiences, our thoughts and our feelings, and these are then reflected in our auras. So I'm sure you've heard of people saying, oh, I can see your aura, you've got a really bright aura, or your aura feels really dark. This is the chakras processing the energy and it being reflected in our auras. The physical and etheric bodies connect via currents of energy, and then our chakras regulate, maintain, and manage the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of our being. Okay, so let's look at the 7 chakras. So the first chakra is our root chakra, also known as the base chakra, and that is around about there. Remember, guys, it's front and back. Okay, so it's a vortex of energy. So while I may be pointing to the front to the back, it's both the back and the front. Okay, so the root chakra is connected to earth. Its color is red, and it relates to aspects of trust, security, grounding, and stability. Now, if your root chakra is blocked, okay, you may be ignoring important issues in your life or in the lives of those closest to you, or others may actually not be responding to your issues. So really good then to just go and clear the chakras. Okay, the second chakra is the sacral chakra or sexual chakra, and is located over here. Okay, and it's connected to water. Its color is orange, and it relates to our feelings and the awareness of them, creativity, and the female identity. It's also the seat of joy, and it's the place where our inner child resides, in our sacral chakra. So really important to pay attention to that sacral chakra, to your inner child. Okay. The third chakra is the solar plexus chakra, and that is over here, so your gut, your stomach area, and it is related to fire, and it's yellow in color. It's linked to power, identity, motivation, control, and self-esteem. It's also the storage house for judgments, opinions, any beliefs we've gathered about ourselves and the world. Okay, the negative emotions based on fear, anxiety, anger, jealousy, insecurity, they're all generated here in the solar plexus, creating a link between the mind and the emotions. So if you are frustrated with your life, angry with yourself, not approve of yourself, or if everything is all work and no play, your third chakra may well be blocked. Okay, the fourth chakra is our heart chakra. It's linked to the element of air, and its color is either pink or green. Some people see it as pink, some people see it as green. They say in early childhood it's pink and then goes green, but use whatever color resonates with you. Okay, it relates to healing energy, your innermost desires, your dreams, love, and healing. It awakens us to higher compassion and our own innate abilities. Okay, it communicates physical and emotional needs through actual physical sensations such as heart pains, pangs, emotional tugs, and it's very often referred to as the meeting place of heaven and earth. So if you think you've got your lower chakras, then you have your higher chakras, the heart chakra sits in the middle. It's the meeting place of heaven and earth. Okay, if your heart chakra is blocked, you may be allowing others' thoughts and actions to affect you, involving yourself in issues and problems that do not concern you. You having relationship problems, or you're not loving yourself exactly as you are in each present moment. Okay, when we're not loving ourselves, the heart chakra is generally blocked. Okay, the fifth chakra is the throat chakra. It is linked to sound, and its color is blue. It relates to wisdom, responsibility, truth, and expression. Okay, it's through the throat chakra that we express what we think, feel, see, desire, and even detest. Okay, the front of this chakra is known as the seat of responsibility, because through it we say yes or no to life's options. Okay, it is also the vehicle for the soul's expression of its desires. So if you are not expressing yourself, not doing what you need or want to, not claiming your own power, then your throat chakra may be blocked. Okay, now the sixth chakra is the brow or the third eye chakra. It's linked to light, and its color is indigo. It relates to insight, visions, or visioning. It's found in the middle of the forehead between the eyebrows, and through it we obtain, record, and send pictures, symbols, colors, and images that represent reality. Now, if other people are overactive in your life, if you are not active enough in choosing what is best for you, or if you let other people make decisions for you, your third eye chakra may be blocked. Okay, then we really need to do some clearing. Okay, the seventh chakra is the crown chakra, and it's linked to thought, and its color is violet. It's related to divine awareness, our oneness with all that is. The crown chakra regulates many in and out of body functions, okay? It's the psychic center for higher knowing, and it receives spiritual energies and guidance necessary to activate our purpose. It is the place through which we absolutely know our unity with the divine source. It helps us to align with the higher forces of the universe, okay? If you do not honor all aspects of yourself and see all these aspects as spiritual, okay? If you feel a disconnect from self and from source, then your crown chakra may be blocked, okay? So those are the 7 major chakras, guys. Okay, like I said, there are others. There's minor chakras as well, but obviously for today, we're focusing on those 7. So how do we balance and unblock these chakras? Okay, there are many ways, guys. There are many, many ways. Okay, but the easiest and the best is through visualization, meditation, and affirmations. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to guide you now through a simple meditation and visualization process. So give yourself a couple of seconds, just get comfortable. If you need to have a sip of water, please do so. And just make sure that you're sitting comfortably. If you are sitting cross-legged, then let your root chakra be on the ground. Or if you are sitting in a chair, place your feet flat on the floor, because we have other minor chakras in the soles of our feet. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few seconds to do this. And I want you to close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and exhale gently out through your mouth. Now, as you take another deep breath in, visualize roots coming out through your feet or your root chakra, and visualize these roots extending deep down into Mother Earth. Feel that connection. Really feel that connection. Now, as you breathe in, visualize a beautiful light coming up these roots, flowing into your root chakra. See this chakra as a vibrant red. And as the light fills this chakra, see it spinning in a clockwise direction, becoming even more bright and clear. And affirm silently to yourself, I am safe. Now breathe this energy up into your sacral chakra and see this chakra spinning in a clockwise direction, bright orange, and becoming brighter and clearer. And as you do this, affirm, I am joy. I am creative. When this chakra is spinning brightly, allow the light and energy to move up to your solar plexus and see this chakra as a beautiful, bright, yellow golden sun, spinning as it becomes clearer and brighter. And now affirm, I approve of myself and life is beautiful. Now allow the energy to move up to your heart chakra and see this chakra as a glowing ball of green or pink light in the middle of your heart center. As it spins in a clockwise direction, feel the love flowing from the center to fill every cell in your body, and affirm, I am love. I am loving and lovable. Allow this beautiful light now to move to your throat chakra and see this chakra as a beautiful disc of bright blue, spinning and clearing, becoming brighter and even more blue. And as this chakra clears, affirm, I express my truth and claim my power. When this chakra is clear, bring the light and energy to your third eye chakra and see this chakra as a beautiful ball of indigo light. As the energy flows through this chakra, feel your vision expanding outward. And affirm, I listen to my intuition and trust my inner guidance and insights. Now bring this energy and light to your crown chakra and see this chakra as a beautiful lotus flower. And as the chakra clears, see this white lotus flower opening, connecting you to all that is. Feel your connection to the divine and affirm, I am connected to all that is. I am one with the universe. And now feel all of your chakras spinning beautifully in alignment, all clear and bright and beautiful. And take a deep breath in. Feel yourself coming back into the room you're in. And exhale. Feeling completely in balance. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And if you need to, guys, you can shake your hands out, rub your palms together, just give yourself a little bit of a wake up, take a nice sip of water. And now let's move into our crystal healing. Okay, so energy is in and all around us, as we've discussed, as we know now, okay? All living beings are filled with mineral elements, and the mineral kingdom acts as a natural bridge to connect us all to Mother Earth. And in so doing, minerals have a grounding effect on our overall well-being as well as on our environment, okay? Our energy system is part of all that is. We're integrated with Mother Earth and the universe, okay? Now, crystals work with humans, animals, and plants in the same way, in that the body is surrounded by electromagnetic fields known as auras, okay? Knowing how crystals emit and direct energy allows us to use crystals for healing, as they affect the energy fields of the body by absorbing, readjusting, or reordering the flow of energy, returning the body to its natural rhythm. So, as crystals are naturally charged with Mother Earth's energies, they are powerful, powerful facilitators in all forms of healing, okay? They increase our overall vibrational levels when they merge with our electromagnetic field, thus facilitating far-reaching energy flow, which brings a deep sense of clarity and connection, okay? Crystals are tools used to unblock energy, to ward off illness, depression, and to assist in maintaining a balanced state emotionally, mentally, physically, and also assists us in our spiritual growth. So let's look at vibration and energy fields, okay? Vibrations surround all matter, sound, color, light, minerals, humans, animals, plants, etc. They all vibrate at varying frequencies, but still have the ability to interact with one another. So when the energies of quartz are added to our own, a newly combined vibrational force is created. This interaction takes place as each vibrational wave spreads out and begins to intermingle with other beings. So when placed together, our vibrations will merge in perfect harmony to help us all raise our energies into higher levels of awareness, okay? So when we look at crystal energy fields, okay, quartz crystals are natural conductors of electromagnetic energy. Each moving electron produces an energy field. A regular, even flow of electromagnetic energy moves freely through the crystal's structure. Now, this is what we talk about when we talk about the crystal structure, the actual structure of the crystal. This freedom of movement is made possible by the molecular structure of spiraling equilateral triangles. Okay, and I know this all sounds very scientific, guys, okay, but I promise you, you'll understand. Okay, energy is drawn into through the form of the crystal and then projected out through its termination. So when we look at the point of a crystal, that is known as the termination. Okay, and some crystals, as you'll see just now, if we look at our amethyst, it has many terminations. Okay, all right. The energy that is released can be stimulated by body heat. These interactions will excite the electrons into transforming energy. The emitted energy can be compared to the vibrations produced by a group of people with a unanimous thought. Okay, the difference is that the crystal energy is uniformly constant. Okay, so where we've got a group of people with a unanimous thought, okay, the energy is obviously up and down. The crystal energy is uniformly constant, okay? This consistent effect makes them the best tools for creating a harmonious balance between our physical and spiritual selves, okay? So they help to realign any unbalanced energies and remove blockages which can prevent new levels of awareness from filtering into the conscious mind. Now, not all stones are equal and carry different energies depending on their shape, their mineral content, their color, and their vibration. Okay, so for example, warm colors such as yellow, orange, and red crystals, okay, promote energy flow, re-empower you if your energy has become depleted or drained, and they awaken your lower chakras. Okay, light colored crystals, which are clear, such as a clear quartz, white or green, achieve a sense of calmness and focus. Okay, pink stones, such as your rose quartz, okay, assist with emotional empowerment and work well around your heart chakra. So if you're having relationship problems, get a rose quartz and let it hang onto your heart chakra. Okay, darker crystals such as your tourmaline provide for protection and grounding of your energies. And different crystals also respond and work better with certain chakras. So let's look at some examples. Okay, carnelian. Okay, guys, this is a carnelian. Okay, is a vibrant stone with a warm and fiery energy. It helps to promote emotional balance and stability, and it can help to overcome fear, anger, and negative emotions. It stimulates creativity and passion. So I keep a carnelian on my desk all the time, so that when I'm writing my meditations, which, by the way, guys, are also available on Fortunica and Zodiac Psychics. Okay, it awakens creativity and imagination, and it sustains creativity and passion, but it also brings good fortune to its wearer. It works with the base and sacral chakras. Okay, now if we look at citrine, for example, that is a citrine crystal. Okay, it is the stone of joy and abundance and helps promote inner calm. Its frequency awakens imagination and it sustains the process of transforming dreams and wishes into tangible form. So with its pure yellow energy, citrine encourages the fullness of life, fresh beginnings, and new pursuits, okay? It works to energize all the chakras. Right, so that is citrine, guys. Okay, now, rose quartz, if we have a look at the rose quartz, and I use a rose quartz on a pendulum, especially when I'm doing relationship answers. Yes, no, maybe. Is it coming back? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, rose quartz is the stone of unconditional love and infinite peace. It draws loving relationships to you. It heals hurts and traumas, and also provides support in times of crisis, and it works with the heart chakra. Now, amethyst, so this, guys, is a big amethyst. I love my amethyst crystal. It is the stone of inner peace, okay? It is a powerful protector, purifier, and holds the ability to calm the mind. And it works with the third eye and the crown chakra. Okay, so that's amethyst. Now, clear quartz, okay, is a master healer crystal. This is a clear quartz. Guys, this is also a manifestation clear quartz crystal. If you look at the actual striations in it, you can see, you need to see it a lot closer, but it is a manifestation clear quartz. But what clear quartz does is it focuses on inner negativity and stimulates positive thoughts and feelings in its place. It increases awareness and clarity in thinking, and it provides enhanced energy, perseverance, and patience, teaching one to live, laugh, and love with all of humanity. And it works particularly well on the crown chakra. So, how do we balance the chakras with crystals? Now, guys, just a note on this, and I'm just trying to find my my crystal cards. Just a note on this: if you don't have access to actual crystals, you can also use crystal cards. Okay, because these cards are actually infused with the energies of the crystals, and they work just as well. So just to give you an example, let's look at one. So there is, for example, your citrine. Okay, there is an example of a tiger's eye. Okay, so your crystal cards work just as well as using actual crystals if you don't have access to actual physical crystals. Okay, so let's say we need to balance our sacral chakra to bring in more creativity, while at the same time we need to learn to express that creativity using our throat chakra. You would then take a carnelian, which stimulates creativity, lay down comfortably, and place the carnelian on your sacral chakra. So obviously, guys, I'm not lying down, but the idea is literally to just place the carnelian on your sacral chakra. Okay. And then you could then place a blue lace agate, which is one of the crystals for self-expression, onto your throat chakra. So you would lie down. I don't have a blue lace agate right now, but let's say you would lie down and you would place the crystal on your throat chakra. And then just lay quietly for 5 to 10 minutes and just allow the crystal energy to be absorbed, okay? Don't worry about, is it doing its work, okay? As we said, the universal life force energy, spirit, and the crystals will work exactly as they are meant to be. Take note of any insights, any feelings, or any emotions that come up for you at this time. Don't attach to them. Feel them, notice them, and then release them with love. Trust that the crystal energy is doing its work. Okay, all right. So, guys, that is crystal energy. So we've looked at Reiki healing, we've looked at chakra balancing, and we've looked at crystal healing. And if any of you need more information, want to experience any of these energy healing practices, if you have any questions, again, guys, you can get hold of me and I can take you deeper into this either on Zodiac Psychics or Fortunica. All right. So now, guys, a really nice idea. Okay, get yourselves a really nice book, a journal, okay, something that is just yours. Keep it sacred, keep it locked away. It's for your eyes only. And I want you to see if you can answer to yourself. Just journal about it. Don't think, guys. It's known as automatic writing. Pick up your pens, pick up your piece of paper, and just write, okay? Ask yourself, what drew you to explore energy healing practices? And again, just allow the answer to come to you, okay? What drew you to explore energy healing practices? Okay. Have you ever experienced Reiki or received a Reiki session? Think back to that time. What came up for you then? How did it help you? Okay. Were there any blockages? Did you feel any release? Okay. Then ask yourself, of the 7 major chakras, which chakra resonates with you the most and why? And if you do have a crystal, hold one in your hand and notice how you feel when holding a crystal in your hand. Feel different crystals. Notice how they each feel differently. Feel into the vibration of the crystal. Okay. Then think back to an experience, if you've had one, where energy healing positively impacted your well-being. Again, go back to that time. If you haven't experienced it, experience it. And then make notes of how it positively impacted your well-being. You may not notice those impacts straight away, right away. You may, or the effects may come a few hours or a few days later. Okay. And then ask yourself, what challenges have you or do you face in maintaining energetic balance? Okay. How do you incorporate energy healing into your daily routine? Guys, really good idea to do some healing, energy healing, even energy hygiene into your daily routines. Okay, even if you're standing in the shower, a wonderful way to get rid of negative energy. Stand in the shower, and as the water's washing down you, imagine all the negativity from your day washing away, draining out of the shower floor and going back into Mother Earth to be transmuted back into positive light. Okay. Have you ever tried combining Reiki with crystal healing? Have you combined trying to balance your chakras with crystals? Okay. What intentions would you set while practicing energy healing? And guys, set some intentions for what you'd like your energy healing practices to be. And how can you integrate these practices into your lives moving forward? It's really easy, guys. It doesn't take a lot of time. You literally need 5 to 10 minutes every day. Start off with 5 to 10 minutes. Don't try and go and do a whole hour because that's going to put you off. Start with 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So keep a journal noting those questions. All right. So guys, in conclusion, okay, just to recap again, we've looked at our Reiki healing. We've looked at chakra balancing, and I took you through that beautiful chakra meditation. You can listen to it again. Again, guys, I do a whole bunch of different meditations. So get hold of me, and then we can go through them. We can explore them. And I honestly encourage you to explore energy healing further. Find what resonates with you. Maybe Reiki doesn't resonate with you. Maybe chakra balancing or crystals resonate more with you. Explore it and find that which works for you. Okay. And guys, you have the power to transform your energy and your well-being. Okay. Everybody is responsible for their own well-being. You are the only one that is responsible for your well-being. And you have the power to transform your energy and your well-being. Okay. And remember, guys, most importantly, everyone's journey with energy healing, everyone's journey is unique. So please do not ever compare yourselves to other. Okay. You are exactly where you are meant to be at this point in time, in the present moment. Remember, the point of power is always in the present moment. So guys, thank you for sharing in this time and space with me. It's been awesome, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. As mentioned, you can find me on Zodiac Psychics and on Fortunica, and I look forward to connecting with all of you very, very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Love and blessings. Bye.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Smita, and today we are going to explore into how conscious living and making sustainable choices can impact our own well-being as well as the health of our planet. So, let's dive in. Let's begin with understanding conscious living. Now, what exactly is conscious living? Some may ask. So, conscious living means being fully present in the moment. Conscious living is understanding that you are free to make choices, but each choice that you make also comes with its own set of consequences. So you have to understand that while you are free to make choices, it will always bring you some kind of a consequences. It's always attached to the choice. So this can be good or bad, but it's always there. Now this brings us to the second part of this aspect of understanding conscious living. Now the second part of it is that we have to also consider the impact that each of our choices is going to make on our lives, the environment around us, the people around us, everything. So whatever we do in life, whatever we are doing, whatever choices we are making, we have to understand that we are not alone in this. Also, it's like, of course, you're free to make the choice, but the choice itself is not going to just impact you. It is going to affect everything around you, your whole surrounding, your atmosphere, the people, the family. Now, why does it do that? Whenever we are making any kind of choice, we create a certain change within us. We create a certain, difference in the way we have been dealing with things and in the way that we would start dealing with things henceforth from here. So the moment that we change our mindset, we change our habits, we change the way we conduct ourselves. So all of this is going to impact all the people who are associated with us. So sometimes if we make a good choice and we're happy about it, so what happens is that we spread this happiness around us. We start spreading the joy because happiness is, it's so exciting. Obviously, like just imagine like you're happy about something and you want to just call up your best friend or call up your mom or, or someone who's really close to you. You call your lover or your husband or your wife, whoever, and you want to share this joy, you want to share this happiness with them. So what are you doing at that point of time? Whenever you're doing this sharing work, you are also spreading the joy. Now, what happens after this is that the person that you have shared this joy with, if that person really cares about you, that person is going to be happy too. And in that happy mood, that person further on will take it forward to people that they might feel close to, or they might feel that they should share this happy news with, and this way, it's like a network of things, and everything around you starts, having this positive vibe. So, and this positive vibe is picked up by plants, animals, everything around you, all the living organisms or inorganic things, everything starts picking up this vibe, this energy, and any new person coming into this happy zone starts feeling happy themselves too. Understanding conscious living. Now, what is conscious living? Conscious living means being fully present in the moment, understanding the impact of our choices on the environment around us, and making intentional decisions or intentional choices, knowing completely well or considering completely well the consequences of our actions. The impact of our choices. Now, we have to understand that our daily decisions not only affect our own personal health, but also have an impact on the whole environment around us. Let's explore how interconnected this whole thing is. So first, let's begin with making mindful and sustainable life choices. How does that work? Let's see. Okay, here's giving you 10 pointers. First, reduce waste. Try to use reusable bags, water bottles, or carry your own containers around that can be washed and again used. So you can use like metal containers, you can use ceramic containers, you can use steel water bottles or copper water bottles. It's very healthy. Okay, the second part of this is you have to compost organic waste. So what exactly is composting organic waste? First, you have to understand what is organic waste. Now, organic waste is basically anything that comes out of your natural foods. Let's say peels of vegetables and fruits, that's your organic waste. Or if you're throwing out some food that you have, that's gone stale, or you've not eaten, or you couldn't finish. So all this is like, wet organic waste. These things can be eaten up by worms and, other creatures around you. So what happens is that what you consider as waste does not exactly go to waste. And secondly, if you could bury all of these things into the soil, they make good fertilizers, so especially like peels, eggshells, vegetable pieces, when you cut off the ends of certain veggies. So you can put all of these into the soil, cover it up and let it sit for a while. And after a while, after some time, let's say a couple of weeks. Okay, so after a few weeks, you are going to get what is a natural fertilizer. So you don't have to go in spending on, chemical fertilizers. And you would start seeing, if you use this actually into your plants or in your garden or something, you'll actually see some good plant growth, eventually affecting the environment in a very positive way. Now, the second tip is that you need to eat mindfully. You have to make sure that you take up only the amount that you think you're going to eat. And so that, there's less food wastage. And whenever there's less food wastage from your end, which means that somebody else can have more food, right? Or at least they'll get their share of food. Secondly, you also have to consider that try to avoid processed foods as much as possible, whether it's processed meat, whether it's processed vegetables or fruits or, anything that comes in a packet and which has a list of preservatives written behind it. That's actually a no-no, because any which way it has been proven that preservatives can impact your health in a bad way in the long run. Maybe not immediately. Some people who are more sensitive, they start getting allergies or hives or certain issues immediately when they come into contact with any food that's laced with preservatives. But other people who probably have a stronger immune system may eventually start seeing the difference in their immune system weakening down because of these processed foods. So whether it's your immunity going down or whether your organs start malfunctioning, so you can very nicely actually blame it on those very preservatives that come into our packaged processed foods. So ideally, try to eat natural, try to be as natural as possible. Also, you have to understand that if you can shift your diet to making it a more plant-based diet and picking up locally grown fruits and vegetables, that can actually help you. Apart from that, if you can grow your own vegetables and fruits, nothing like it. For those of us who have issues with space, who probably live in flats or apartments, and we don't have that kind of a space around, we can definitely grow certain fruits and vegetables or herbs maybe on our windowsill. Now, instead of having decorative plants around the house, you can actually have a plant that can, uh, you know, help bring you a better eating habit. Maybe basil, the quickest and easiest to grow, and it grows in almost every environment. Or you can consider tomatoes, or maybe consider cucumbers. So these are like little things that can actually help. In your little way, you can, when you're growing these things on your own, you reduce, again, going to the market and picking them up, thus affecting the carbon footprint as well. But apart from that, if you switch to more of a plant-based diet, it also helps in increasing the alkaline content of your body and reducing the acidic levels. So obviously that is going to reduce inflammations and other kind of issues that we generally tend to pick up when we start eating a lot of meat. And because we know that today the meat market is such that most of our meat comes in processed cans and other packaging. So again, going back to the point when if you can avoid processed foods, nothing like it. So what you are doing when you shift to a plant-based diet is that you're not only just helping your own body, you're also helping the environment overall. So think about that. Now, the third point is energy efficiency. Try to save energy as much as possible. Unplug your devices when they're not in use. Keep them shut, or maybe have an Earth Day every month if you could, or every week maybe. You switch off everything, all lights, all electronic gadgets, at least for an hour, and just try to be in an environment which is all natural, wherein you don't need all of these things. All right. Try to use solar panels or solar powered devices as much as possible. If you could try to make this change, what is going to happen is that mostly today we know that all electricity that come to us, whether it's hydropowered or whether it's wind powered or anything, so eventually the processing of all these electricity is done due to fossil fuels, except for probably solar power, wind power to an extent. But solar power is more impactful here when we talk about saving energy, because those devices are right there in your hand. And some countries, there are actually schemes given by the government wherein you could make the most out of solar power and probably even earn something out of it. At least in India, that is there, and we can explore other countries. I'm from India, so I can tell you about what's happening out here. Yes, so this is a new step towards a progressive world that saves our fossil fuels, that saves the environment, and that is more considerate about the whole planet. The fourth point is eco-friendly transportation. Now, what is eco-friendly transportation? We all know. Okay, the first, topping the list, is walking. So when you walk, what happens is that you are, of course, creating a healthy habit within you. all that cardio is going to impact your health in a more positive way. Walking always does good. Now, but there's not always enough time to walk around the place. So what do you do when you don't have time to walk? You can take a bicycle. Or if you're in a further hurry, what you can do is take a public transport. Now, apart from public transport, if it gets too much for you, or if it's very uncomfortable or very crowded, you can always carpool. You can ask friends or colleagues who are, going in the same direction, or who are moving around in the same vicinity or towards the direction. You can hitchhike, of course, but then, you have to consider the risks as well of, traveling with a stranger. But apart from that, what you need to do is that you have to make sure that use less cars on the road or less vehicles on the road. Now, speaking of vehicles, you can also switch to electronic vehicles. For some of us who have not yet bought them, they could be a little expensive, but in the long run, they do help. So you can try to get one of those, or you can get a hybrid car. A hybrid car is basically one that runs half on petrol and or diesel or gas or any fuel that you're using, and it works half on electricity. Now, I personally use a hybrid car, so I know how it works, and it has done me good. First, it has saved me a lot of money because I don't have to refuel so much, and it gives me good enough mileage. So if any of you want to know what car I'm using, you can ask me in the comments and I'll write it there. Now, the fifth point is that you need to use brands, or you need to choose brands who have ethical practices, who make sure that they do not dump their toxic waste into our lakes or rivers or even the soil, because toxic waste is toxic waste, and it can affect badly everything. It can pollute everything from air, water, soil, name it. Okay. Also, factories which use old machinery, they can often create noise pollution, which also is avoidable. So try to research the brands that you're using. Try to research the products that you're using. Also, there are a lot of, especially cosmetic brands, who do a lot of animal testing, which is again a very, very bad vibe, because anything that is brought out of cruelty will not serve you well in the long run. There are reports out there wherein you can actually see which companies practice non-cruelty and who are probably giving more around in the environment. I'm not going to name those companies out here, but if you have questions, you can definitely write to me and we can have a long discussions on that. All right. Secondly, in this whole aspect, while we're talking about researching the companies, we also should look at minimal packaging. Now, anything that comes in a minimal packaging, it is helpful. And especially, when we have paper packaging or packaging done with any sustainable material apart from plastic. Okay, so plastic is something that just lives like forever. Okay, so we can avoid that. The sixth point is embrace minimalism. Now, what is minimalism? Minimalism is basically living with just the things that you absolutely immediately require. So you have to declutter your space. Look around you. Whatever is not in use, you can try to either recycle it or donate it or just throw it out. You can destroy it. Or, you can send it to places wherein they could have better usage for it. Old gadgets, old wires, old furniture, broken things, all of these things that create a lot of clutter in your energy space. Now, what happens is that while this remains there, you might have some emotional value to it. So try to make some good use of it. Whatever it is, you have, like, let's say, uh, a Nokia 3310. It's still there. It's still working. Of course, it's a different thing that, the networks might not support it right now, but it has an emotional value. So what do? You can try to use it rather than just keeping it. Or you can give it off to a pawn shop or somebody who might know how to make good usage of it. So what happens is that you are creating space for better things to come in rather than holding on to old energies. They always become stale and create a whole negative impact or negative, environment around you. So try to do this. Try to declutter yourself. Try to declutter your mind, your space, and see how free and light you feel. Now, apart from that, another important aspect in this is that try to avoid any impulsive buys. You don't need to buy to feel good. You don't need to always shop to feel good. Of course, there are a lot of shopaholics out there who might differ, okay? And it's not really a personal opinion, but an observation, and an observation that's not just done by me, but a lot of people, a lot of research teams around the world. And you have to understand that we today are in a world wherein we don't need a lot of things to survive. We need certain basic things, and just maintaining those basic things is going to help you not just keep a light atmosphere around you, but also make your pockets heavy. Because, I mean, come on, whenever you're buying things, you're spending a lot of money, and then you have to work hard to get that money to, pay off your bills, your credit cards. So what's the point of taking such a lot of extra stress? You don't need to do that, do you? Now, the seventh and the more important point is connect with nature. Very important. Try to go out rather than just, staying indoors, rather than staying within the four walls, or, either your home or your office, or you're just doing home to office, and in between you're probably in a public transport or your car or carpool. So you're just continuously being in a very close space. You need to stop doing that. You need to just go out there. Try getting some activity. Try going on hiking, or just, outdoors, going to the beach or mountains, or trekking, or doing some active activities. So because a lot of people would go to the beach and they're like, hey, I'm in nature and let's open a beer and just sit like a beach bum. No. That, I mean, yes, sometimes it is enjoyable, but most of the times not. Try to be more active outside. You're already outside. I mean, come on, you're sitting at home, you're doing nothing, you're watching TV, you're working on your laptop, or doing something which has made your life very sedentary. So when you're outside, make the most of it. Appreciate the beauty of nature around you. Appreciate the little things. Try to find out different plants or flowers. Try to figure out what they're named, what their scientific name is, what their Latin name is. Scientific and Latin mostly are the same because that's what we use in the sciences. But yes, it is exciting. You get to learn something new, and you get to learn how or what characteristics or qualities that particular plant might have, or that particular flower or fruit or herb might have, and how that can be helpful to you. So tomorrow, if you need something and you're out of things, you'll say, hey, that plant, I know, I've read about that and I've seen where it is, so that can help us. Why not? I mean, back in the olden days, that's what people used to do, and that's how they sustained. That's how they lived. That's how we had nice clean air. And haven't you heard the adage? I mean, a lot of old people say, oh, in our time we used to have pure things, but we don't get those anymore. Yes, we don't. We don't, because what are we doing? We are having processed foods, we are having packaged foods, we are having quick bites, we are having chips, biscuits, right? I mean, who's gonna cook? It takes a little bit of an effort. And let's say, we put in that effort, but it's not, in today's time, the way things have become, it's not an everyday thing. We just can't, right? But we have to start making time for that. So for all of these things, we have to start with little changes in our basic daily life so that we can do better. We can make a better environment, a better life, a better us. Now, the eighth point is that you need to start practicing gratitude. Start being more thankful for everything. Start being thankful right from the moment you get up in the morning. You woke up today. Be thankful for that. You could have not. A lot of people did not wake up today, but you did. So let's be thankful for that. Let's be thankful before we get into the daily grind of our days and, back to the stresses of yesterday. Let's just take a moment. Be happy that we woke up. We opened our eyes. We are alive to live this life. We are alive to be around with those that we love, right? And let's be thankful for all of those people also to be alive today that we love, that we consider dear. Okay. When you start expressing gratitude in everything, you'll start seeing that the universe will start granting you more things to be grateful for. You have to cultivate contentment within you. You have to make sure that whatever little things that you have, start being happy that at least you have that. A lot of people don't have that either, right? Look around you. You'll always find this. You'll always notice this. So make sure that you start giving gratitude. You start being thankful for every little thing. Just this little breath that you just took right now. Be thankful for it, right? Be thankful for the smiles. Be thankful you got hair on your head. Little things, right? So start practicing gratitude. Very important. What is this going to do is that when you start being more content with what you have, you start reducing consumerism. When you start reducing consumerism, what happens? You guessed it. You start living minimalism. And when you start living minimalism, what are you doing? You're saving. You're saving up. Slowly, you'll start seeing that without really putting in too much of an effort or trying to find out too many things, quick monies. You already have the money because you've saved it. You've saved it because you have stopped spending it on useless things, right? Now, everything, you see where we're going with this, how everything is actually interconnected with each other. Now, the ninth point in this whole exercise is water conservation. Very important. Yes, I'm sure a lot of you live in places where you might not have issues with water, but a lot of us actually live in places where water is like the most precious thing. It's more precious than diamonds. Yes, people could actually kill over water. There are places upon the earth which are like that, and I'm sure if there might be people who are from those areas, they might be able to relate. So it is very important that you work on saving water, because whatever said and done, it is a life-giving source, right? So what do you do for that? First, make sure that your pipes are clean. They are well managed. There are no leaks. If you have any kind of leakage anywhere, try to fix it ASAP. Apart from that, you can close taps when not in use, just like how we shut off electric appliances to save electricity. We can also save water, right? So what is this going to do is basically that when you save water, when you have dry days, and by dry days, I mean when there is no water, you still make sure that you have water reserved for yourself. Now, speaking of dry days, we have to consider the wet days as well. So make sure that you start doing some kind of rainwater harvesting. That's a thing, yes, and you can do it. You can do it in your own backyard. You can do it on your windowsill. You can do it in your balcony. Collect the rainwater, and there's a whole process. You can actually check out videos on how people are working with rainwater. It's completely drinkable, but yes, you need to boil it first because, the rain also brings down a lot of pollution, a lot of other microorganisms from the atmosphere around you, and you don't want to be consuming all of that. But yes, this rainwater, if you directly want to use, you can definitely use it in your gardens or for sweeping or cleaning or any kind of usage which is not about, drinking it or consuming it directly inside your body. But you can use it for washing clothes. Yes, why not? That works. So rainwater harvesting is a very good idea, and it can definitely help your environment around you, especially in the hot summer days. You still have water, right? So you can use this water to maintain your garden. Again, when you're growing fruits and vegetables of your own, you need a lot of water. They need a lot of water. So this water can come in handy at that time. So water is precious. Always remember that and try to save it, just like you'd save any precious metals or precious stones. This is a life giver. The other things, well, yes, they're luxury items. Covering all the 9 points, we have seen how each and everything is interrelated, but the most important thing is this 10th point, that you have to understand. You have to learn and share this knowledge. So today we have imparted some bit of this knowledge about sustainable living. You can do your own research. You can try to read about it. You can check out more videos, or you can check out, there are a lot of lectures and seminars that environmentalists conduct. You can attend those, or you can check them if they are there online. They will teach you what is the best way in how you can sustain little things and how can you have a better life with bringing about little changes. These tiny little changes can actually bring about a lot of difference in your life. So try to do that and try to share this knowledge with as many people as possible. Don't just keep it to yourself, because knowledge, once it is shared, it starts growing even more. Now, apart from all of these things that we have discussed so far, what is also important is that you understand how each and every aspect of your life and each and every choice of your life impacts your personal and planetary positions as well. So yes, certain habits do affect certain planets, like maintaining good hygiene, wearing clean clothes, decluttering your space. That helps in empowering your Venus. And when your Venus is empowered, what do you gain? You gain good things. You gain love. You gain fame. You gain luxuries. Yes, Venus gives all of those things. So different planets are actually associated with different things, and little habits of ours can actually bring about positive changes in our planetary positions. we can always check our astral chart as to which planet of ours is weak. And when you do that, you can obviously bring about little changes in our daily life, in our normal, everyday waking life. And you can see that you don't need some great big remedies or something to, sort out your planetary positions. You can actually bring about little changes in habit and start making that planet better, or making that planet actually work in your favor. Okay. Now, apart from all of these things, I'm going to give you certain questions for journaling. Okay, this is going to help you especially when you start to practice certain things, when you start to practice sustainable living. All right, so here are 10 questions for you to write down and for you to consider each time you're doing something or you're making a choice. Here they are. Question 1. How do my daily choices align with conscious living? Question 2. What sustainable practices can I adopt immediately? Question 3. How does nature nourish my well-being? Question 4. What motivates me to reduce my ecological footprint? Question 5. How can I inspire others to live more sustainably? Question 6. What challenges do I face in making mindful choices? Question 7. How can I balance self-care with caring for the earth? Question 8. What small steps can I take to create a positive impact? Question 9. How does gratitude enhance my overall health? Question 10. What legacy do I leave for future generations? Thank you for joining our wellness session. Remember, conscious living is not about perfection, it's about progress. And we can all come together and help each other towards living in a happier and healthier planet. Let's do our best as much as we can. Let's be living consciously. I'm Smita Roy, and you can connect with me on Fortunica for any questions that you might have. And I'll be there to answer it as best as I can. Take care, and I'm signing off for now. I'll see you in the next session.
Thank you for sticking around for this session on spiritual awakening and personal growth. The collective of advisors on Zodiac Psychics and Fortunica bring a wealth of experience in guiding individuals through spiritual awakening and personal growth. Their expertise in guiding individuals um, spans various divination methods and spiritual practices, offering personal insights and support to help clients navigate their unique journeys. Today, I want to talk to you about your journey of self discovery and transformation and exploring the profound depths of your inner selves. If you have viewed the sessions on mindfulness and meditations, energy healing, and mental health, then you are in the right state of mind to delve into this further with me. Spiritual awakening is a deeply personal and transformative experience. It involves becoming more aware of our true selves, the interconnectedness of all things, and the deeper meaning and purpose of life. This awakening often challenges our long held beliefs, encouraging us to shed old patterns and embrace new perspectives that promote personal growth and spiritual evolution. As we delve into this topic, we'll explore how spiritual awakening can lead to greater self awareness, compassion, and a more authentic way of living. By understanding and embracing this process, we can unlock our potential, foster meaningful connections, and live more fulfilling lives. Let's open our hearts and minds to the possibilities that lie ahead. Together, we'll navigate this path with curiosity, courage, and a sense of wonder. Welcome to this transformative journey. Here are some key aspects of how spiritual awakening contributes to personal growth. First, expanded awareness. Expanded awareness. During a spiritual awakening, individuals experience heightened intuition and a deeper sense of connection to the world around them. This expanded awareness allows for greater insight into one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. For example, imagine you're walking through a park and suddenly you feel an overwhelming sense of peace and connection with everything around you. The rustling leaves, the birds singing, and even the gentle breeze seems to resonate with you on a deeper level. This is an example of expanded awareness. You might recognize it by noticing heightened intuition. You have a strong gut feeling about situations or people, and these intuitions often prove to be accurate. Some children have this instinct from birth. Have you ever noticed how children will cry or pull away from strangers or a family member who's showing signs of emotional immaturity? It is because they have an innate sense of heightened intuition. There is a deeper connection. You feel a profound sense of unity with nature, people, and the universe, as if everything is interconnected. And increased insight. You can gain clearer understanding of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and often leading to personal revelations and growth. This expanded awareness can be subtle at first, but as you become more attuned to it, you'll find it easier to recognize and embrace these moments of heightened perception. Let's talk about self reflection. This is another key aspect of spiritual awakening. Awakening prompts introspection and self inquiry. People begin to question their beliefs, their values, and their life choices. The self reflection leads to personal growth as they seek alignment with their authentic selves. Self reflection is powerful. It's a powerful tool for personal growth and understanding. Here are some questions you might ask yourself to delve deeper into your beliefs, values, and life choices. What core beliefs do you hold about yourself and the world? This could be such things as self worth, your competence, even your lovability. Am I lovable? Are these beliefs serving me positively or are they limiting my potential? Do you believe the world is a safe place to live? Do you think that most people can be trusted? Do you believe that the world is full of opportunities? How have your beliefs evolved over time? I want you to think back to when you were 10 years younger. How would you have responded to those same questions? Let's talk a little bit about your values. What values are most important to you? Do your daily actions align with those values? Um, how do you how do your values influence your decisions and your relationships? And then your life choices. Are you living a life that feels authentic and true to yourself? What major life changes, life choices have you made, and how do you feel about them now? Are there any changes that you want to make to align more with your life and your true self? Reflecting on those questions can help you gain clarity and insight, guiding you towards a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Then we want to talk about emotional healing. Spiritual awakening often involves facing some suppressed emotions and unresolved issues. As individuals confront these emotional wounds, they can heal and release the past traumas, leading to emotional growth. Release of attachments. Awakening encourages detachment from material possessions, ego driven desires, and external validation. Letting go of attachments fosters inner freedom and it allows for personal transformation. Imagine you have a shopping addiction, and many of us do. And when you detach from focusing on the next best outfit or purse or shoes that you can buy, you'll be able to give more focus to a conversation with your best friend or enjoy a movie without wondering where you can get those shoes that the actress or the actor was wearing. This is an ego driven desire. It's to make yourself look good to others, and it's seeking external validation, always trying to keep up with the Joneses instead of being happy with yourself for losing that extra 5 pounds or learning new skills to get that promotion. Let go of things that do not serve you. As awareness expands, compassion and empathy naturally arise. Individuals become more attuned to the suffering of others, and you feel compelled to contribute positively to the world. The ego's grip on your identity loosens during awakening. People recognize that they are more than their roles, achievements, and external labels. This shift leads to greater authenticity and humility. We should agree that humility is much needed in the world today. Our final key aspect is alignment with your purpose. Awakening often reveals a deeper life purpose or calling. Individuals align their actions with this purpose, and it leads to a sense of fulfillment and meaningful contribution. In summary, spiritual awakening is a profound journey that catalyzes personal growth by expanding consciousness, promoting self-awareness, and fostering inner transformation. Now I'm going to take you through the signs and stages of spiritual awakening. Signs and stages of spiritual awakening. I'm going to define spiritual awakening as a profound shift in consciousness, emphasizing that it transcends ordinary perception and it connects us to a deeper truth. There are 7 stages of spiritual awakening. The first is the awakening, initial awareness of something beyond the material world. We have discussed some of these signs already, such as heightened intuition, compassion, and empathy, but you will also notice a connection to nature. You might find yourself feeling an unexpected sense of peace and connection while spending time in nature. The beauty of a sunset, the sound of waves, or the rustling of leaves might evoke a deeper sense of wonder and unity with the world around you. Meaningful coincidences. You start noticing synchronicities, or meaningful coincidences that seem too significant to be mere chance. These moments can make you feel like there is a greater force at play. You begin to feel guided towards a deeper understanding of life. Inner promptings. You may experience a stronger inner urge to explore spiritual or philosophical questions. This could be a sudden interest in meditation, reading spiritual texts, or seeking out like minded individuals who share your curiosity. These are signs of awakening stages in your spiritual growth. The next sign is the dark night of the soul. We all experience this. The dark night of the soul refers to a period of intense spiritual crises where one feels a profound sense of disconnection and despair. Here's some examples to illustrate this concept. You lose a loved one. After the death of a close family member or friend, you might experience an overwhelming sense of grief and a sense of emptiness, questioning the meaning of life and your faith. Major life changes bring on the dark night of the soul. You're going through a divorce or the end of a significant relationship. This can trigger feelings of loneliness and helplessness, making you question your beliefs and purpose. Health crises. Being diagnosed with a serious illness can lead to a period of deep introspection and spiritual questioning as you grapple with fear and uncertainty about the future. How many times have you heard someone say, "Why is this happening to me?" And career or financial ruin. Losing a job or facing financial collapse can cause a crisis of identity and self worth, leading to a period of intense inner turmoil and doubt. These experiences, while incredibly challenging, often serve as a catalyst for profound personal growth and spiritual growth. The next stage is the sponge stage. You're absorbing spiritual knowledge and seeking answers. We have a natural curiosity about things that we cannot see. So we start to open our minds to other trains of thoughts. We might join a Bible study group to get a better understanding of the belief systems. During this step, you will absorb information from many different sources and growth on your own ideas about the purpose of life, which leads to the next stage, the emergence of self, rediscovering authenticity and purpose. Spend time reflecting on your true desires, strengths, and passions. Ask yourself, what activities make me feel most alive and fulfilled? Another good exercise is journaling, writing about your thoughts and feelings, and it can help you clarify your authentic self and uncover patterns that reveal your true nature. The next step is soul work. This is where you begin to engage in inner healing and self reflection, which leads to the next step of surrender, letting go of your ego control. Letting go of the ego control is a crucial aspect of spiritual growth and personal development. The ego, in this context, it refers to the part of ourselves that is driven by fear, pride, and the need for validation. Here's how you can understand and work on releasing ego control. The best way to understand ego control is recognizing those ego-driven behaviors, comparison and competition, constantly comparing yourself to others and feeling the need to compete can be a sign of ego control. Judgment and criticism, being Overly critical of yourself and others is often a way that the ego maintains its sense of superiority and attachment to the outcome. The ego is heavily invested in specific outcomes, and it can cause distress when things don't go as planned. The next stage is service and awareness, altruism and expanded consciousness. Altruism refers to the selfless concern for the well being of others. It's often seen as a moral principle where individuals act out of a desire to help others, even at a cost to themselves. Here's some key points on this: evolutionary perspective. Altruism may have evolved as a way to promote social cohesion and cooperation within groups. Acts of altruism can help build trust and mutual support, which are beneficial for the survival of the group. Psychological perspective. Altruistic behaviors can be driven by empathy, where individuals feel the emotions of others and are motivated to help. It can also be influenced by social norms and the desire to be seen positively by others. Common examples include volunteering, donating to charities, and helping strangers in need. Expanded consciousness, also known as higher consciousness, refers to a state of heightened awareness and perception. This concept is often associated with spiritual and mystical experiences. Like the state of awareness, expanded consciousness can involve a sense of liberation from the ego or self concepts, leading to a feeling of unity with the universe or a higher power. Some methods to achieving this is practicing such things as meditation, mindfulness, and certain forms of therapy can help individuals reach states of expanded consciousness. Some also explore this through the use of psychedelics, though this is a more controversial and regulated approach. The benefits are that people who experience expanded consciousness often report increased creativity, a deeper sense of purpose, and a greater passion for others. Number two, the second half of spiritual awakening and personal growth session, it deals with the tools for personal and spiritual development. Tools for personal and spiritual development. You have to understand who you are. Recognize that we are spiritual beings on a growth journey. You have thought for too long that you are a body and brain alone. And this is absolutely not the case. You are more of a spiritual entity than you are a physical entity. So you have to explore the desires for well being on all levels: body, emotions, mind, and spirit. You have to practice mindfulness to deepen your self awareness. Meditate for inner peace and connection. The more you practice this tool, the more successful you will be at achieving awakening and personal growth. Use positive affirmations to shift your mindset. Cultivate gratitude for life's blessings. Um, Regularly assess your personal growth and alignment with your purpose. Journal to explore inner thoughts and feelings. Let's start with the following journal prompts to help you get started. Here's some questions you can ask yourself and write down your feelings or your answers to these questions. Let's start with: what signs have you noticed that indicate a spiritual awakening? Have you experienced moments of intense inner questioning or turmoil? How do you synchronous? How do synchronicities show up in your life? What role do dreams play in your spiritual journey? And be sure to journal about any dreams that you have. Have your relationships shifted during your awakening process? Do you sense phoniness or authenticity in others more keenly now? What intuitive insights have you gained? How has compassion deepened within you? And what drives your desire to serve others? With the signs and tools that have been provided here, you can begin your journey to spiritual awakening. You can begin your journal and your journey to spiritual awakening. You can go more in depth and get further help by reaching out to one of the speakers in this wellness webinar, or choose an advisor that you resonate more with at Zodiac Psychics and Fortunica. There are many to choose from, and you may need to change advisors depending on the stage of your growth. Don't be afraid to ask questions or discuss the answers to the questions above to continue your path in personal growth. Recap key points from the sessions. Encourage participants to explore their spiritual paths. This can be a deeply enriching and transformative experience. Remember, your personal growth is an ongoing process. We have reached the end for our time for this session. I hope you have found this webinar to be enlightening and enriching. The advisors at Zodiac Psychics and Fortunica are available to help you continue this journey. We look forward to assisting you with your spiritual awakening and personal growth. Remember, you have the power within you to create a life of balance, joy, and fulfillment. Embrace each day with gratitude and kindness, knowing that every step you take on your wellness journey brings you closer to your best self. You are capable, you are resilient, and you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. Keep shining your light. Goodbye. Thank you all for joining us on this enlightening journey through mindfulness and meditations, emotional and mental health, energy healing practices, spiritual awakening and personal growth, and conscious living and sustainability. We hope you found the insights and practices shared today valuable and inspiring. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below and let us know what you enjoyed most or any questions you might have. Don't forget to visit our amazing advisors on Zodiac Psychics and Fortunica for personalized guidance and support. If you enjoyed this webinar and you would like to see more content like this in the future, let us know. Your feedback helps us create the best possible experience for you. Until next time, stay mindful, stay balanced, and keep shining your light. Thank you.